Hey friends, just real quick before we get to the in-person episode of the show, I just wanted to let everyone know that we brought home some fun surprises. So we have this awesome pin set from Penny Arcade that anyone worldwide can enter to win. And then we also have this awesome bomber jacket that sadly is only for US contestants to win. But you can enter to win by sharing the video, leaving a comment, and when you share the video, if you share it on social media or whatever, please use the hashtag GGDATPax. And I'll put that up on the screen so everyone can see. Again, that is hashtag GGD@PAX. And let's get on with the show. Welcome to the Great Game Debate Podcast.
In person and live. I guess not live.
Not live.
I'm over here doing the Tony thing from the 1-Up.
But yeah, we are in person. Mateo, it's a pleasure meeting you in person. Oh yeah, we gotta hug it out. But yeah, we're coming to you guys live. I'm the host for this episode, Jonah Gomez.
Mateo.
Yeah.
The Smooth Brain Dummy Boys. We're making it happen in person for this recording.
I just want to give a shout out to Tommy and Taylor for running the cameras.
Absolutely.
And killing it. How's PAX been, man?
PAX has been rad.
Yeah.
It's been so cool. I have partied so hard that I burst a blood vessel in my eye. So it's going pretty well, you could say.
Yeah. No, a lot of very, very late nights.
And early mornings.
Very early mornings. I've got Nintendo today, so I'm gonna go check out the Nintendo Live event. Checked out so many awesome games on the show floor. What have you been seeing out there?
There are so many indie games, and I love it. Like the big name stuff is cool, right? Mm-hmm. Like Tekken 8 looks sick.
Oh, dude,
Tekken 8 looks
you beat me to
so
it.
Sick.
We played way too much Tekken 8, but
the indie devs are the shining star.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's just so many. There's little studios from like places you wouldn't expect there to be game studios. It's been surprising.
Yeah, there's devs there that I've met before at other conventions, like Rose City Games. They've got Garden Story coming out soon. That game looks fantastic.
That game is amazing. They had a 20-minute demo for that one. Mm-hmm. I used every single second. Every single second.
Yeah,
of that game.
no, it looks
It's
great.
got cozy vibes with Zelda, with some town building.
Hell yeah.
I dig it.
Hell yeah. What was that boomer shooter that we played? Captain Wayne?
Was it Captain Wayne?
Was it Captain Wayne? Was it Captain Wayne?
I think it was
I'm
Captain
getting a
Wayne.
thumbs up that it was Captain Wayne. That game was awesome. You are like a pirate captain, and instead of having a hook for a hand, you got like a double barrel shotgun that guy holds.
Or a minigun. I like the way your hand rotates when you use the
and
minigun.
then you'll go get like a chain of rounds, chains, and your hands start spinning around.
Plus that big boot, dude. You give someone the boot.
Yeah, you can start kicking guys, and you kick them far. You can kick them real far. You're punting guys like it's a field goal.
That one was rad. That's going on the wish list.
That one's super fun. So many like Smash clones. Many Smash clones. There was one where you get to not just play as their characters, but you get to import your own. Mm-hmm. They have access to what is the Steam?
Steam Workshop.
Steam Workshop. Mm-hmm. Over 800 characters for you to bring in from the Steam Workshop. You can go in, they have a character builder. And it's not just like, oh, I'm going to make a really goofy looking guy in Soul Calibur 6. It's, I'm going to import my model, put the rigging on it, do custom keyframe animations, and then build its moveset out, and then put it on the Steam Workshop that amazing. Everyone can play.
That's amazing. There's an old school game. There's a PlayStation 1 game or PlayStation 2 game that did the same thing. Impossible to use. You're trying to program like animations with the DualShock. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah,
this seems amazing though.
And it's awesome because there were so many characters in that game that that people had put in from the show floor.
Wow.
Yeah, people were making characters on the show floor and inputting them into the game. So there was some really cool things. Cheez-It had like a PUBG stand, like a little bodega there. They went over and they made a Cheez-It character that you could play as in the game.
No way.
Yeah, and if you die and get respawned, you'd pop out of a Cheez-It box. It was pretty funny. Someone programmed Mr. Beast in there, and the paperclip guy from the old Clippy from the old Windows. Mm-hmm. So that was super fun. The first day there, I think the first thing we checked out, you got to play Pacific Drive.
I did play Pacific Drive, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a game called Jalopy. You're just going on a road trip in like your old Soviet vehicle, right? Mm-hmm. This has the same kind of vibes as that, but with some spooky stuff. Bucho from the Great Game Debate, or from the One Up Podcast, my podcast, is here with us. And when he played, there was this amazing thing that happened. So he was grabbing one of the research points and tossing it in his car, and he turned around and there was this empty field. And he turned back to the car, he turned back, field is just filled with mannequins just staring at him. It was spooky, it was creepy, like I loved it.
As someone from the Pacific Northwest, that's something that we really got to worry about. Like, you'll go to those farm fields, you pull over to the side, you got to make phone calls and text message or whatever. Mm-hmm. You look out of the field, it's just an empty field, and maybe see a cow or two. You look back at your phone, you answer the phone call, you pick it up, and you look, and you're like, oh, I gotta go. There's mannequins.
I mean,
there's loads of mannequins. So, yeah.
The amount of mannequins we've seen up here is just crazy.
Yeah. Well, thankfully we're in Seattle, so like there's not a lot of open fields, but sometimes you'll see them floating in the bay. So it's I mean, we got to do what we got to do to survive.
Yeah, Pacific Drive looked amazing. There's some crazy throwback games there. Big Boy Boxing, dude.
Big Boy Boxing. Okay. Big Boy Boxing looks, sounds,
and plays
amazing, but there's a big caveat to it. It is 10 times harder than Mike Tyson's Punch Out, which it is.
It's just Super Punch Out, the spiritual successor.
Yeah, it's like spiritual successor to Punch Out, but it's like what, 100 times harder?
Yeah,
it's so hard.
It looks so good though. The animations look sick.
Yeah. It looks great. And the character models, they're super fun.
Yeah.
What else did you see?
Let's see. We played a game called Ronin. I believe it was Ronin. Here's the funny thing about that. We played it, having a blast. Really interesting pixel style. It's kind of like minimalistic, but still like a good amount of detail. We got to a point in the game that we couldn't progress past, and the developer that was there was actually actively troubleshooting the code.
Oh, really?
From the floor.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. See, these devs working at the show just as much as they're trying to sell their games. They're fixing them too. It's awesome.
There's some good swag. There's a lot of cool swag. Devolver has a shop setup. Oh my god, the Devolver setup in general.
The Devolver booth, it looks like a big movie theater. Mm-hmm. They got games for you to do, and if you win both the games that they have there, you get a free Wizard with a Gun code.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Plus that hat. I see everyone going around with that Wizard with a Gun hat.
It's awesome hat.
I haven't traversed the line yet.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna
the lines were crazy. We should have gone in while it was the first day. Friday was super chill. There was like a quarter of the people that there were yesterday.
Friday was super chill. We know for next time.
Yeah,
we need to go as hard as possible on Friday.
Get all the swag on the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all I got for.
That's for the most part. I mean, it's amazing. I did not check out the tabletop section. Have you checked out the tabletop section?
Oh yeah, the tabletop section's really cool. They got a section. The whole center part of that show floor is just open tables for you to bring your games and play those games. It's really rad. And then in the back section of it, they've got games that you can rent, and then you can just group up with your buddies and play board games. And then they've got shops, vendors, you can get new dice, new modules, new tabletop games, whatever you want.
I guess there is one game I did check out from the tabletop.
Oh, there was a game that we all got to check out.
It's called Drinking with Frenemies.
Yeah.
And it is wild.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we want to get into it. It is the most uncomfortable game I've ever played. For a while, some of us were covered in swear words because of one of the rules in this game. It was a blast. The team is very cool.
Yeah. I told them that we played the game the night before, and they're like, "You guys are still here?" And we're like, "Some of us aren't."
The cosplay's been amazing.
Yeah,
Some
cosplays has been awesome. I got to see Tifa with a beard. That was cool. There have been so many. Speaking of cosplay, there's an ocarina vendor, and they've got this sick Link costume, and they're playing all the songs.
That's amazing.
At their booth, it's super cool. What are some of your cosplay highlights that you've seen?
I saw my first ever in-person furry, and I thought that was interesting. And also,
just one?
Well, the first one I saw was full body black wolf or cat or something. Here is the question I have. It has been a little warm up here on a couple of days.
I don't understand how
it's warm as hell on that convention floor.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. That's all I got. I'm impressed.
The commitment to the suit is impressive. There was an awesome beer garden, and right next to the beer garden is the garden, and there were so many cosplayers taking awesome photos. We'll have probably not of the cosplay, but we'll have B-roll while we're talking over this that you guys will be able to check out. And it's been a blast. It's been a blast. I'll have Nintendo today that check out.
Let us know how it goes. I've got tomorrow.
You got tomorrow?
Nintendo
okay.
Day.
Hell yeah. And I think that's been it for a little bit of our PAX coverage. And
shout out to this GGD party house we have going on.
Oh, yeah.
This has been a blast. Honestly, my favorite part of the convention has just been hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
With everyone here.
For sure.
It's
for sure.
So good.
Thank you to Hunter Pearson for helping us organize everything. And yeah, let's get our debate on.
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome to the debate. We got the first round of our draft. We've got Hunter versus Dan. Hunter, what is the weapon that you're bringing?
I'm bringing the Galahorn from OG Destiny.
Ooh. And Dan, what are you bringing?
I'm bringing the mini nuke from Fallout 4.
Ooh,
That
all
is a
right.
solid weapon choice.
So just the mini nuke or like the Fat Man launcher?
Well, yes.
Okay,
The Fat Man launcher.
That's
Yes.
the modded one where it shoots multiple ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a solid choice.
All right, Hunter, pick a number between 1 and 10.
8.
Dan?
3.
Dan, you're going first. The number
All right.
4. All right, Dan, you got 1 minute.
Okay.
Your opening thoughts. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Okay, when we think about a quintessential weapon, we want something that's going to do a lot of damage, and it's going to do it right now, and it's going to change the game immediately. That is what the mini nuke in Fallout 4 is. You bring it into the game, or you bring it into the fight, you pull that thing out, and everybody knows what's going to happen. You launch that thing, you take out half the town, and level like the whole playing field, and it's shock and awe. You know, there's the explosion, there's the light. It's just a game
30
changer.
seconds.
It's kind of hard to get a hold of, but like, what good weapon isn't? You gotta go find it, you gotta get the ammo, but when you launch it, like, it's the final word. It's all you need right there. It's the mini nuke.
All right.
It's overwhelming power.
You
It's a
leaving it
solid
there?
choice.
We'll leave it there.
10 seconds on the clock. All right.
We're gonna be
Or
on the table.
on the table, actually.
It's our catchphrase.
Oh, leaving 10 seconds literally on the table.
There you go.
All right. Hunter, opening thoughts. You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Alright, so the Galahorn, not only is it a badass looking rocket launcher, it has tracking rounds, and once it explodes, it has Wolfpack rounds that do even more damage. And that weapon was so fucking cool that even if you were a great guy with a great personality, if you did not have that weapon, you didn't get to play with everybody. That's how cool that weapon was. You had to have it, or they were like, I'm sorry, we're gonna find somebody else for the raid because we don't like you as much as we like somebody with the Gallahorn. And you could get, I forget what the add-on was to it, but you can get an add-on that would give you like an extra shot with it. And if you had that, I mean, you were basically like king of Destiny. And it was so freaking hard to get. You could run through the raid like 100 times and still not get it. And it would just it would drive you nuts. So I'm going to leave 2 seconds on the table.
All right, how are you feeling about this? I didn't realize that we're
doing launchers versus
launchers.
I like that for the opening.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to roll for
a round 2?
For a round 2?
We could do that.
Yeah.
Do we have a D8 or am I pulling it up on my
Pull
phone?
it up on your phone.
Okay. We're always prepped here.
We're always prepped here at the Great Game Debate.
I didn't know this was part of the debate.
Yeah, so we're gonna figure out a
zombie army.
Oh, you rolled a nat 1. Okay.
It's a nat 1. Zombie
you know what?
army.
This is
the perfect weapon for this exact enemy.
All right, Dan.
Yes.
You got 1 minute to explain how well your weapon will do against the zombie army.
A zombie army.
3, 2, 1, debate.
Well, I mean, with every launcher, you're going to have to be able to plan your attack well, and you're going to have to funnel your enemies through a specific location. But then you launch the mini nuke, you use your Fat Man, and it's gonna take them all out in one shot. That's all you got to do. But you got to plan well, of course. But yeah, just one shot, and that's going to take care of it.
One and done.
One and done.
One and done. Are you leaving it there?
I'm leaving it there because it's
right.
one and done.
All right.
I was surprised it wasn't just pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. All right. Dan's leaving 30 seconds on the table. Hunter. 3, 2, 1. Debate.
So yeah, this was a bad roll for me, I think, because you know, like I think the downside to the Fat Man is that it was used more to kill like women and children with, you know, and not zombies.
Oh,
so you know, and you don't even need that for like the feral ghouls in the Fallout games. Like you can just basically hit them with like a wrench or something, and that'll do the trick. The Gallahorn would be awesome for it too, obviously, because you know you're gonna shoot it, it's gonna spread out if they're even at all clustered together. I mean, it's not gonna take out like as many as maybe the Fat Man would in like a zombie thing, but again, it just seems like a waste of ammunition for the Fat Man. Whereas the Gallahorn, you know, you basically there's freaking purple loot all over the place in that game. You're gonna always be topped off for
10
that.
seconds.
So. That is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say basically equal on taking out zombies, but also the Fat Man's more for the kids.
For the kids!
For the kids! Leaving 7 seconds on the table. We're going to judge. I kind of like the ethical approach that Hunter brought to this one.
It is interesting. Here's my concern with the Fat Man on a zombie army. Assuming these are fast zombies, I messed myself up every single time I use the Fat Man. I don't think I ever use that without damaging myself.
Yeah, but we're talking about Dan versus us. Dan flies planes. We're smooth brain dummy boys.
That is a true fact, yeah.
So, I think if you've got a higher IQ, the Fat Man's a better weapon to use. But in that instance, the Gallahorn, it tracks your enemies for you.
It does.
So that's better for us.
Plus, the ammo is easier to find for the Gallahorn. I think Gallahorn takes it.
Gallahorn takes it.
Take that, Dan.
Moving on to round 2. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the kids!
For the kids! All right, we'll swap out. Get the next people mic'd up. All right, we're in our second round. We have Zach. We got another Pearson. And another Dan. What is going on?
We've got no shortage of Pearsons here.
It's a deja vu. Round 2. All right, Zach, what weapon are you bringing?
I got Mr. Toots from Red Faction Armageddon.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I don't know what that is, but
You'll learn soon.
I'm excited to learn.
It's a deep cut.
Dan, what are you bringing?
Going to Blades of goddamn Blades of Chaos. From
Blades of Chaos.
of
God of
Chaos.
War. Okay, I do know what that is.
More different choices.
All right, pick a number between 1 and 10. Okay. Pick a number. 1.
6.
Dan's
All right.
first.
Dan's first again.
Dan's always win. Dude. Dan's always win that coin flip.
Yeah, you Pearson boys coming in second place every time.
Seems to work though. We got through the first
Yeah.
one.
That is true. That is true. Let's see if the Pearsons can sweep the competition. Dan, you've got 1 minute on the clock for your opening. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Alright, so you've seen them, right? They're pretty cool. They got little skulls on the end. They're made from the god of war himself. Well, I guess he didn't use those to kill him. They killed plenty of gods. They're god killer blades. Am I right? They spit fire. You can slay many demon and zombies and mythical creatures all you like. They've lasted multiple games.
Yeah.
I mean, what's more to say, really? They're pretty fucking badass. They got
They are
golden
pretty
jewel
badass.
stones. Sometimes they're gold, sometimes they're silver. They got blood on them. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Pretty badass.
All right, you leaving it there?
I think I'll leave it there.
Okay, leaving 30 seconds on the clock. Zach, you got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So, what's the most badass and metal mythical creature out there? It's a goddamn horse with a horn on its head that can impale things. So a unicorn. And you know what's a cool unicorn? Mr. Toots. He is a tiny ass one that you hold around normally and he's pretty chill. But as soon as you start squeezing him, he starts farting out rainbows and destroying everything in his path. And screaming at the same time. I think he'll destroy buildings, destroy enemies to smithereens, just absolutely wreck them. And the entire time you got a smile on your face because you know you're fucking
30
badass.
seconds.
Sitting there. "Ah!" Burst a rainbow out the ass? Yes,
Yes,
please.
you do. Yeah.
As you do.
I'll leave that right there on
All
the
right,
table.
20 seconds on the table. Mateo, roll that dice.
Figure out our enemy here. Eventually, there we go.
4.
The final boss of the game.
Ooh, Blades of Chaos versus Mr. Toots for the final boss of the game. Dan, you've got 1 minute on the clock.
I
3,
believe.
2, 1, debate.
I believe it's killed multiple final bosses of the game.
Mhm.
I mean, let's go down from the latest one, Odin. I'm sure everyone's used
Spoiler alert.
And then, if you haven't played the three, there's Zeus. You got the Titans. Every final boss.
Every final boss.
You can't go wrong. They've killed them all.
They are tried and tested.
They are tried and tested, and they have lasted. All right, you leaving it there?
Yeah.
All right, leaving 30 seconds on the table. Zach, are you ready?
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, debate.
Agree. Blades of Chaos have killed a lot of them. But you know what? You don't get them after you kill the final boss. Which is what you get with Mr. Toots, because Mr. Toots comes in after you beat the game, and you come back for a new game plus, and then you can go decimate the final boss in mere seconds as compared to minutes that it takes beforehand. So yes, this thing will just launch its fiery, poopy butthole rainbows at the final boss and decimate it to all the ends. And you will leave, yet again, with even a bigger smile on your face, because what took you forever before took you mere seconds to destroy the shit.
All right, leaving 25 seconds on the table. Mateo, how are you feeling about this one? I feel like this one is pretty evenly matched.
This one is interesting. Here's the concern I have. While Mr. Toots does sound hilarious, is hilarity
badass.
badass?
Mm.
I think of it this way. Would Mr. Torg think that it's badass? Because as we know, Mr. Torg is the expert in badassery.
He definitely is. Another point that I want to bring up. You get the Blades of Chaos from the beginning of the game, and you use them throughout the game to kill the final boss.
Yes.
Whereas he said you have to beat the final boss.
That was a concern
to
for me
get
as well.
I think it might be going to Blades of
I
Chaos.
think it's Blades of Chaos.
Sorry, Zach.
They did.
Dan is the winner in this round.
It's a good game.
Good job, y'all.
All right, we're just watching.
Mr. Toots sounds fucking hilarious.
That's the badass weapon.
Yeah, when I said last night that I knew what Zach would pick, I was fucking wrong.
All right, time for round 3. We have Jared versus Brad. Ooh.
A gentlemanly start to this debate.
I love this. You all are trash. All right. Jared, what is your weapon?
I'm choosing a very iconic weapon, old school third-person shooter, old school now. Gears of War Lancer.
Ooh.
That is a solid choice.
Chainsaw Lancer?
I'm gonna go Lancer overall, so I got more shit to talk about.
Okay, that's fair. I'll allow that. I'll allow
That'd
that.
be a history lesson.
Okay. Brad?
I'm going with Ludwig's Holy Blade from Bloodborne.
Ooh, all right.
Is that the hammer one?
No, that's the Kirk Hammer.
All right. Mateo?
I've got it.
You got your number? All right. Number 1 through 10.
5.
6.
Jared.
Jared's got
All
it.
right. Jared, you got 1 minute on the clock to introduce us to your weapon. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So, we got the Lancer from Gears of War. Gears of War is known for already just a badass franchise. You got big, muscly dudes, bigger than anyone could ever be. Can't even wear sleeves on their armor anymore. And so the gun that they have to give these men is the Lancer. And started off way back in the Pendulum Wars when they're fighting each other. Retro Lancer. Big giant gun, giant bayonet on the front. About 1.5 foot long blade, skewering each other.
It's a beefy blade.
Aliens come up from the bottom of the emergent state, and it doesn't work against them. So the only thing they can think to do,
30 seconds.
instead of making a new gun or getting more high rounds, you go and you put a chainsaw as a bayonet instead.
Obviously, yeah.
And you can use the chainsaw, cut them right in half, you get swallowed by a worm, cut your way out. You're fighting men with dual wielding chainsaws, get a buddy with a chainsaw. It's the simple answer for everything that you gotta do in that war.
All right, leaving 5 seconds on the table.
It's coming in hot.
It is coming in pretty hot.
Yeah.
All right, Brad.
I almost went with that one too. So very good choice. Very good choice.
All right, Brad.
All right.
You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Okay, so Ludwig's Holy Blade. I think what makes it so great is the lore behind it. It's a very special weapon. You pick it up after you clear Ludwig in the Healing Church. It comes just at the right time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us use the Kirk Hammer up to that point, and this is just basically everything you love about the Kirk Hammer, but more. Plus lore. There's a history to this blade. Not only that, I mean, you've got a really quick and nimble one-handed longsword, and with the option to switch it over to a gigantic over-the-shoulder greatsword, which just annihilates. It's badass right out of the box, but once you've got this thing upgraded, you can just knock the living hell out of anything on that map, and it comes in handy at that moment. So that's it.
Awesome. Brad, the first contestant to use up all their time.
Impressive.
And you know what? You know what I'm thinking about this round? Mm-hmm. This is the battle of utility.
It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
It absolutely is. All right. Roll that D8.
Die.
6. What are they fighting?
A dragon.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Jared, you've got 1 minute on the clock to tell us how badass your weapon is and how it can beat a dragon. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Well, if you're gonna fight a dragon, I'd much rather have a machine gun than a sword. It's gonna be a lot easier. I'm gonna be able to stay away from it. And let's say, you got your cover. You're doing Gears of War style, gotta take cover, avoid the breath, pop up, shoot, keep going forward, and let's say worst comes to worst and this thing swallows you. Guess what? You got a chainsaw bayonet. You're gonna cut your way right out of that dragon.
I mean, it's been done.
Chances are you're cutting your way out of that dragon, landing, and as the dragon's blowing up from cutting through its little fire-breathing sack, you're walking away from an explosion too. And I don't think it gets more badass than that.
Are you looking back?
You ain't looking back.
You're not looking back.
Looking back.
That's it.
All right. Leaving 20 seconds on the clock. All right, Brad.
All right, tough roll for the B-Man. He's definitely got that range and definitely got that up close too. I think maybe the only saving grace with my weapon is, if you can get yourself kind of between its legs and continue to circle around, you can get some really big hits with that sword. Not only that, if you're looking to be nimble and kind of swoop in, get a few hits in with the long sword, a little more nimble, a little quicker, get yourself out of harm's way, circle back around. Cut it from the back. That's it.
All right, leaving 30 seconds on the table.
I appreciate both of y'all working the mechanics of the game itself.
Oh,
into the
absolutely.
answer. I thought that was very clever.
Tough roll for Ludwig.
Yeah.
How are you feeling on this one?
I'm feeling pretty confident in the Lancer on this one. With the explosion, cutting yourself out of the
that
dragon.
little extra cherry on the top.
Yeah, I mean, he served up that sundae real nice.
I think so.
All right, we're going with Jared with the Lancer. Congratulations, sir.
Congrats, man.
Going on to the next
Good job.
round.
Thanks.
All right, we are on to round 4. We have Pucho coming on for the first time with Matt for the first time as well. Matt is also Miss Ribbon, so the music that you're hearing right now is made from this guy right here. All right.
It's not fair. You're gonna sway the one.
Pucho, what is your weapon, sir?
I'm going with Samus's arm cannon.
Ooh, that's
Talking about a Swiss Army weapon.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, Matt.
I'm going with the Soul Reaver from the Legacy of Kain series.
Ooh,
That's a throwback pick.
that's a throwback. I like that. All right, Mateo, you got your number?
Got my number.
Number 1 through 10, Pucho. Matt.
7.
You nailed it.
Oh, he nailed it. All right. There's no like one-up mind link going on right now, right?
Nah, I mean, yeah, not any more than normal.
Oh. Oh, all right. Pucho, you've got 1 minute on the clock for your opening thoughts. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So Samus's arm cannon. All right, where do you start? Like Mateo already said, it's the Swiss Army knife of weapons. It's capable. It goes from being a shitty pea shooter towards the end of the game. It becomes this super cannon. It's capable of shooting waves, capable of shooting light, dark, this crazy Kamehameha-like beams. It could throw basically a power Hadouken. It could freeze enemies and you could climb on them.
30 seconds.
It's capable of killing things like xenomorphs, zombies, dragons, all types of things. I wouldn't want anything. It might destroy my shoulder if I put it on my arm, but I wouldn't want anything other than this thing. And Samus is a badass. So the armor, everything, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't bring any other weapon to the fight. So that's all from me.
All right.
Breaking gender norms is badass.
Breaking gender norms is badass.
She's wearing a
Reveal
bikini
at the,
under
that
that
reveal
thing.
at the end, dude.
All right, Matt, you got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Alright, so the Soul Reaver, not only in appearance is a badass with its basically curved blade with a skull at the hilt with spikes on it, it also exists both in its physical form and as a wraith blade at the same time. So not only is it a multi-dimensional weapon, and also it is used as the impetus for changing the timeline itself. And not only that, in its first bit in the history, it is used as the
30 seconds.
It is used as the forefront of the war against the vampires and in trying to induce a mass exodus. And I think I'll leave it there.
All right, leaving 20 seconds on the clock. Mateo, let's roll that die.
I'm rolling that die.
A 2.
A kaiju.
Ooh. We got an arm cannon versus, what was the name of your sword?
Soul Reaver.
Soul Reaver. I'm sorry. I'm smooth brain dummy boy.
This is day 3 of PAX. We are brain dead.
All right, Pucho, you got 1 minute on the clock to fight a kaiju. 3, 2, 1, debate.
How many kaiju-like enemies has Samus already defeated with this thing? Who's the dude with all the freaking spikes coming out of their belly? It's like a massive freaking dragon. The thing could destroy anyone, anything, anytime, any place. It doesn't run out of ammo. It could shoot missiles, more powerful missiles, power beams. I mean, it's proven itself defeating. You rolled the perfect thing for me.
I really
right?
did.
I don't see any way that this weapon doesn't come out.
30 seconds.
And I'll leave 30 seconds on the table.
30 seconds on the table.
That's confidence.
That is very confident, only using half your time.
But is it hubris?
All right, Matt, you got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Alright, so against a kaiju, one of the things with the Soul Reaver, with it existing in multiple forms, is you don't actually have to be in the material world at the entire time. So you can actually basically escape back into the spectral realm and then make your way up to its weak point while it can't move, and then come back into the material realm and attack it from where it can't reach you. And so even no matter how powerful it attacks, how big, how much it can possibly squash you between its 2 fingers,
30 seconds.
that won't even matter, because you can just take it out without having to worry about any of that.
That's pretty sick. Are you leaving it there?
Yeah.
25. All right. Matt has just proven to us that he's not a material girl in a material world.
That is a fact.
What are you thinking on this one? I think Matt defended it pretty good on that end.
This one is tough.
This one is very
tough. There's a lot of trickery with the material plane stuff. I am
It's like utility versus magic.
I'm trying to decide which one would be the more badass way to kill this kaiju. Because, like, from an outside perspective, let's say you're watching this battle on the big screen or something, or in person. Which battle do you think is going to be more epic?
Which one is going to look more badass?
Yes.
If we can see the plane walking, I think that one would be more badass.
That would be my.
But if it's just me standing on the street watching the battle,
and then you just vanish, and then the thing is sliced open again, it's a little less badass.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have to go with the arm cannon.
I think the arm cannon gets this one.
All right. I feel pretty good about that, but hearing his weapon, I'm like, I mean, how much more badass can you get? I mean, you're just watching this fight and the guy vanishes, boom, he gets split in half. You're like, what just happened? I don't know. But I'll give you props on that. All right, congratulations, Pucho. All right, round 5. We have Taylor versus Tommy. Taylor, what is your weapon?
It is the Mass Effect Relay.
Okay. Tommy?
Mine is the Negotiator, a custom bolter pistol from Outer Worlds.
Okay. Okay. All right. You got your number?
I got a number.
All right.
4.
5.
Wow. Tommy gets it.
You got it.
It's always been 5. Everyone who's gone first has picked 5. Just saying. Yeah.
All right, Tommy. You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Debate.
So, you know, in Outer Worlds, a lot of guns, similar to a lot of RPGs, first-person shooters. There's a lot of options. Pick them up in the wild. Then there's, like, unique guns, you know, right? You can find them. They have special abilities, special properties, usually a little bit better than the base guns. A lot of times, though, the special and unique guns sort of are outclassed in later games. Well, this gun, the Negotiator, I found is pretty level. You can get it about mid-game, and it's pretty good through the whole game. It is a plasma pistol, essentially.
30 seconds.
So you get that nice Wild West vibe, sort of feel like Han Solo a little bit too. You can pull out your gun, Han Solo shoot first, and then you can use your bullet time, and it's just perfect. Nice, compact, easy, and then no mess. Just melts the enemy with plasma.
All right. Sounds good. You leaving it there?
That's where I'm
All
leaving.
right. 15 seconds on the table. Taylor, how are you feeling after that one?
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. All right.
I'm out.
You're not out. You're not out.
Okay.
You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Debate.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is your gun is amazing, for sure. But it's a gun, you know? And it's also from an RPG where there's a lot of guns. Mine is a travel device that's also used to annihilate entire galaxies, right? What mine did, the Mass Effect Relay, we don't even know what it removed. It's such a cool weapon that there are civilizations that are talked about in the lore that created this device. We can't even create it as humans or any other alien race in the Mass Effect universe, right? So the gun's awesome. Plasma weapon, that's sick, right? I love that in Fallout 3. The plasma weapons are the coolest. Mass Effect Relay, you can travel across the universe and kill as many people as you can imagine, right? I'm gonna leave it there, but I'm gonna say one thing, I'm sorry. The Protheans, they create things that Shepard can't even touch without going into a seizure. They created, maybe, this device that kills everyone. So, that's it.
All right, you said you're going to leave it there.
Sorry, I went over
and you use the rest of your time. All right, Mateo, roll that die.
Rolling the die.
That's a 3.
That's a ninja. This
Ooh.
is a interesting one.
This is an interesting one. Alright. How will your weapon do against a ninja? Tommy, you've got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
All right. Well, it's hard to match up a pistol against a weapon of mass destruction, but as seen in previous rounds, it can be done. So just like I'm gonna harken back to the first round, similar to the ethical treatment there, why would you use a bomb to do what a more precise weapon like a gun could do? So fighting a ninja, normally a stealthy like fighter, you know, just a single unit there. Why would you want to waste a whole bomb or a whole weapon of mass destruction, destroy everything to just get that one target? You can just go up, have a pistol fight with him, and then it's done. Plus, plasma melts to ash. Like, nothing's cooler than that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Alright, leaving 20 seconds on the clock. I'm liking this.
That was a solid response.
That was a solid response.
I'm just picturing a ninja trying to deflect the bullet and the sword just melting in their hands.
Yeah. Alright, Taylor, you got 1 minute on the clock.
Sure.
3, 2, 1, debate.
So my rebuttal to that would be, one, ninjas are well known for dodging bullets, okay? Dodging plasma, bullets, anything, they're out of there, right? So I love that argument, but unfortunately it falls apart when you're fighting that kind of enemy. Now, you said using the Mass Effect Relay as an imprecise weapon, right? I agree with you, for sure. It's using way too much energy to kill hundreds, maybe millions, maybe billions of people. Sure, absolutely. What can you send through that Mass Effect Relay? A person. You send a person that goes in and just snaps the dude's neck, dude, then they're just dead, right? So I'm using a tiny bit of energy. Maybe I'm sending a whole crew of people to kill a ninja, right? But we're using that to transport people there, right? So we don't have to kill everyone. Just kill that one ninja. That's it.
Alright, you leaving it there? Mm-hmm. Alright, 15 seconds on the table.
I do like that response.
I do like that response.
Because I did have the concern. It reminds me of the joke about, like, you see the spider in your house and you're like, now just burn my entire house down.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, you're right. But he's not using it as a weapon. He's using it as a transport. Yeah.
That's fair. I do like a weapon that disintegrates people, as we saw from Star Wars. One of the first things you learn about Boba Fett that cements to everyone how big a badass he is. Darth Vader tells him, no disintegrations.
Ooh. How are you feeling on this one?
I'm leaning towards the disintegration gun.
Yeah.
I have concerns about condoning space genocide.
You don't have to use it for that though.
Yeah, but if you're not using it for that, then you're using it as transportation.
Could you transport a weapon into someone?
Yeah.
Like that ninja. Just like boom, you transport like a whole race into them or something and they explode.
I do dig the idea of this weapon though.
But then that weapon is killing the person, not the your
we don't even understand all the things the Mass Effect Relay could be used
I
for.
also have concerns about me and Jonah being able to use this amazing weapon.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just going to be...
Smooth brain dummy
If Shepard can
boys.
do it, you guys can do it.
It's going to be if you've ever seen...
Shepard is a captain of a ship.
He makes some interesting choices.
I run a podcast.
Yeah, I guess. But my gun was picked up by an amnesiac that just wound up on a planet, didn't know anything.
That is the smoothest.
That is the
of dummies.
smoothest.
Shepard didn't know anything either.
If
In Mass Effect 2, he crashed on the planet, they rebuilt him. He's like, how do I even do it?
If you can think back to the movie Zoolander, when they're like, the files are in the computer, and it's just the two dummies trying to crack the computer open, this is Jonah and I trying to use the relay device.
You have your whole crew with you. If it's on Normandy, they can help you with the device. They're like, here's the map, here's how you use the relay, like, you got it, guys.
Yeah, but that means you have to have a whole crew to use your weapon.
Like a Solarian, some other people.
That don't exist.
I'm leaning towards the gun.
I'm leaning
but
towards the gun too.
I will be reading every Wikipedia article. It just sounds so
you
rad.
did bring something badass. I'll give you that. It is really cool. I just think functionality wise, I think Tommy's gonna win this one. So congratulations, Tommy.
Good job, sir.
So good. Talk about massively different weapons.
Oh yeah. We're going into our semifinals. This round will go into a bye for the finals, and then we will have 2 more space before that. Okay. We have Wyatt filling in for Hunter, representing the Gallahorn, versus Pucho, representing Samus's arm cannon. Another big gun blaster debate.
Shooty round, dude.
Shooty round. And you know us smooth brain dummy boys, we like our shooty rounds.
Give me some explosions, some fire, all for it.
All for it. Alright. You know what, Pucho? I'm gonna let you go first on this one. You got 1 minute on the clock.
Oh, we should explain the format.
That's right. This round will be PvP. So you gotta tell us how well your gun is gonna go against, or your weapon is gonna go against your opponent's weapon.
And we'll ping pong once.
Yeah, so round.
So you get a rebuttal round.
Yeah, rebuttal round. You guys ready?
I think so.
Alright, Pucho. You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So I have no idea what the Gallahorn is, okay? But I will say Samus's specialty is going into the unknown, facing things she's never seen, and destroying them with her arm cannon. Now, not only is this a cannon that's capable of shooting beams, rockets, lasers, plasma, all the things I mentioned before, but it also has hacking capabilities. It has the capability to lock doors and unlock things and all types of stuff. So I feel like, given the right battle arena, I feel like there's a number of ways that we could trap whoever has this Gallahorn thing to destroy themselves or not be able to really do anything against Samus's arm cannon. And
leaving it there. All right. 15 seconds on the table. 11. Wyatt, you got 1 minute on the clock.
Alright.
3, 2, 1, debate.
So you say trap me and destroy myself. Little do you know the Gallahorn has auto tracking on the rocket itself. But when it explodes, the cluster bombs also have auto tracking to you. So trapping me isn't going to be a great idea. And as far as power goes, the Gallahorn has killed a couple gods. And not only that, it is like the big weapon you use to do so. It's the most powerful, and it's just like, if you had a Gallahorn on the team, you're winning. So I'm leaving it at that.
Alright, 20 seconds on the table as well. Alright, I just want to remind you guys, this is a PvP battle, so attack each other. Going into round 2, Pucho, you got 1 minute on the clock.
Bring that heat.
Bring the heat. 3, 2, 1.
so I'm gonna freeze you the second this fight starts, okay? Then I'm gonna teabag you. Then I'm gonna draw mustaches on your face. I'm gonna disrespect you in the most disrespectful manners possible, so that everybody watching is gonna clown you about what happened to you, and then I'll destroy you before you can do anything. I'm never gonna have to experience any of your tracking capabilities or your explodey things or anything like that. Everybody's just gonna, just enjoy you being frozen and me. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it there.
Leaving 25 seconds on the table. Wyatt, you got 1 minute on the clock. Bring the heat. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Alright, so you say freezing me. Freezing is a thing in Destiny, which is where the Gallahorn is from. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to get out of it, so I see freezing is not an issue. And in PvP for Destiny, if somebody grabs heavy ammo and they're using the Gallahorn, you just run. You run and you just hope they miss, but they don't because it's auto tracking. So, as far as countering specifically your eyes, the Gallahorn can itself, but it's used by a Guardian who can. And then for the Gallahorn itself, all I have to do is shoot it once, and it's gonna hit. So, especially Destiny 1 Gallahorn. And we'll leave it at that.
Alright, leaving 10 seconds on the table. Mateo, how are you feeling about this one?
This is an interesting one. I was really feeling the arm cannon until he brought up the PvP aspect, because he's right.
But you know what about the PvP aspect? You gotta wait like a minute and a half before you get ammo.
That's a
for
lot.
The Gallahorn.
That's a lot of time to get pieced up potentially by all the weapons.
So,
brought to the table.
and he was bringing Destiny logic. So if we're doing Destiny PvP,
It is taking you a while before you get that heavy ammo.
I think the question remains: what's more badass?
Oh, this is
It's the spirit of the competition.
it is the spirit of the competition.
badass way.
This is hard.
This is very hard. I'm leaning a little more towards the arm cannon. I was going for the
I was like, oh
You
man.
brought up the ammo concern though, and
The ammo.
that's a long time to
'Cause
dodge
you
and get
do-
frozen and shockwaved and whatever else. The
I was just gonna say arena, and you guys go head to head, but you brought in the Destiny rules, and if you're bringing in the Destiny rules, you're limiting yourself. So I think you dug your own grave, my friend.
arm cannon.
That's
It's gonna go to the arm cannon.
We're sorry, Dan.
Alrighty.
I feel like
Congratulations.
2 times I win when I shouldn't have won.
We're in the next round of PvP. We have Tommy representing a plasma pistol. What was it?
The negotiator.
The Negotiator.
Which
versus-
is a badass name.
It is.
Yep.
I mean, it is. Do you know what else is a badass name?
It's chaos.
The Blades of Chaos
Blades of
that Dan
Chaos.
is representing.
The most badass.
The most badass.
Ooh.
Alright. Mateo, I'm gonna let you decide who starts this one.
Let's start it off with the Blades of Chaos. I feel like they're a speedy weapon. He can get the first strike.
Alright. Give us a little recap, Dan, and then show me your moves. You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Alright, so Blades of Chaos. You got the blades, you got chains, gives you a little bit of range. Toss them, you can spark them, shoot some fireballs, you slam them on the ground, you got lava. Impale someone, shake them a bit, light them up, explosions. I mean, spin them around like crazy, deflecting shit, slicing other things, you know, ripping and tearing. They do everything. There's no going on.
30
And
seconds.
again, they kill gods.
Kill gods. That is
They do
confirmed.
Blades of Chaos do kill gods and produce lava. They
That's-
produce
Oh,
lava.
and they're basically indestructible too.
Ooh. So no disintegration
No
is what you're saying.
Ooh. All right, Tommy.
Okay, Darth Vader. I see you.
You got 1 minute on the clock.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, debate.
So, yeah, they're indestructible based on the gods in the human realm, but this is space. This is alien technology. So, we don't know what will happen if a plasma pistol shoots the Blades of Chaos. They might melt right away, they might get super hot so you can't hold them. We don't know, but there's gotta be some effect for shooting those guys. But other than that, you've got the mobility to run and gun, so you can just skirt around the fireballs, and as long as you can keep the distance with this plasma pistol, you can just bam that sucker, and
30
ammo
seconds.
is never an issue. It's probably like the most common ammo type you find in the outer world, so you have pretty much infinite ammo with all the plasma rounds you can put through that thing. So, I'm gonna leave it there.
All right, 15 seconds on the table.
Solid rebuttal.
This is just a solid rebuttal. All right, we're gonna go directly into the PvP. You guys are going head to head on this one. Okay. Dan, you got 1 minute on the clock. Bring the heat. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Opening strike, shoot some fireballs, man. And if you're gonna be shooting at me, it's just dodging. Hopefully I can get that impale on you. Slamming the ground, creating some lava, limiting your areas of being able to run away. That's gonna be my opening moves right there.
All right.
You're editing
I
it.
mean, I'm gonna slice and dice.
Okay.
Let's
Slice
get
and
real.
dice?
He shoots, I'm gonna spin my chains, deflect some shit. I'm gonna get in close.
Spin
And
move
it's over.
is pretty sick.
30 seconds.
And I guess lava's technically in front of me. Probably not, but
Oh!
Hmm. It's something for us to ponder.
it's molten lava.
Okay.
It's in between.
All right, leaving it there.
Sure.
20 seconds on the clock. On the table.
All right.
Tommy.
So, ready to go?
3, 2, 1, debate.
First off, plasma different than lava. Lava is just the liquid form of rock and various elements. Plasma is the fourth element, or the fourth state of matter. So, a little bit different. So,
I did preface.
sorry, a little bit hotter, a little bit different. But honestly, all I get to do is run and gun at first, and once I get like your moveset down and I know how you're gonna fight, I'm just trying to play it safe, and then I'm going right into bullet time, maybe taking some damage enhancing effects, and then just boom, 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 boom. Put as many bolts into you as possible during that bullet time, and then just rinse and repeat. And that's gonna be it.
I never have to reload.
That's true. That's true, but a proper gunfighter, easy, super fast.
That's fair.
So, that's it.
Well, that's it. All right, leaving 15 seconds on the table. Tommy's coming with the approach of battle of attrition.
He is, and he did say a phrase that I'm concerned about. Play it safe. Do badasses play it safe?
I was gonna bring that up. Battle of attrition, playing it safe.
I think the Blades take it in my mind.
I think the Blades do take it.
Also, there was a lot of science talk, and I don't know.
I got lost.
Yeah.
I got so lost. I don't know.
If you'd said, plasma more hot or something, like, you got that.
Plasma ouchie.
Plasma ouchie, shoot far.
Yeah.
You might have won.
We got that.
All right, Dan. I think you won with the Blades of Chaos.
Good game, sir.
Congratulations, sir.
All right.
All right, we're going into the next round. Jared had a bye from his last round, and this will be the last semifinal round.
This one makes me nervous.
Yeah, because we got Dan representing the Blades of Chaos versus Jared representing the Lancer from Gears of War. We've got God of War versus Gears of War.
Yeah, we've got an interesting one for the final, and I'm curious to see which one of these makes it through. I think it's really going to change things up.
Yeah, it really will. All right, just like our last round, it will be PvP based. Guys will bring up your topics and then go head to head. Jared, because you had a bye, I'm gonna let you go first. You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So, once again, a machine gun versus melee, I'm not too worried about that. You're gonna get lit up on the way in, even if somehow you're gonna make it through all of that, I still got a chainsaw right there, ready to go. Chainsaw through the little, what you got? You got chains too, yeah? That's not setting up to a chainsaw. This is modern technology. This is not some old Greek ass chains. It is going through, getting right through there. All you got, run right in, blazing ahead, chopping through. That's it.
All right.
Someone's learned from the previous debates.
Gun shooty, chainsaw choppy, I win. All right, Dan. Got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
So, chains, spinning it, it's the same thing as a chainsaw, am I correct? You come up, you try to get that chain on my blade, I'm just gonna block with one and shiv with the other, you know?
Ooh, just the shame.
And again, I can take cover, I can wait till you're out of ammo, I got all day, I can shoot fireballs, I can throw my chain around, I can swing like Spider-Man for all I care about. I can hop, I can dodge, deflect, fire, lava, hot,
36.
disintegration,
Got that.
burns,
I got
lava, hot, things hurt, blades sharp. I rest my time.
All right. 15 seconds on the table. Mateo, how are you feeling about this one?
This one is usually the gun versus blade argument is like obvious, right? But these are the Blades of Chaos.
These are the Blades of Chaos.
They make chaos.
They bring
Chaos
chaos.
is badass.
Chaos is badass. But they're both war, and I'm not gonna say war is badass. All right, we'll go. Do you guys need one more round to
I think all
rebuttal?
the other ones have one more round.
Yeah.
Let's stay consistent.
Okay, we'll stay consistent. All right, Jared, you got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Okay, so if we're talking about what's badass, You know what's not badass? Kratos picking on regular people with the Gates of Blades, okay? those blades and Kratos moving through people. That's not badass, that's him picking on people. Now what is badass, because I'm gonna give you the scenario. You're up there, you're spinning blades, you're shooting lava, yeah? You're breaking the ground apart, flinging stuff up in the air. You just became the boss. I'm the regular guy with the gun taking the boss out, which is more badass. I'm gonna have to find the weaknesses. I'm gonna have to, move when I can and get in there, and I'm gonna win because it's the Lancer. It's done emulsion. You've dealt with lava. You got the wretches jumping around. You got boomers shooting fireballs. It's beat them all. It's gonna beat the Blades of Chaos.
Doing it there. 10 seconds on the table. That was pretty good.
That was good. You gotta bring the heat in this
You gotta bring the heat. Channel those Blades of Chaos to bring the heat. 3, 2, 1, debate.
You know what's not badass? The military-industrial complex. My dad's kind of had it right, So, as for a regular guy who is using the military shit, not as cool, let's be honest. I'm gonna be moving, I'm gonna be dodging, I'm gonna be coming at you. I tear wretches apart too. There's exploding people, there's demons, there's crazy minotaurs with giant things,
30 seconds.
In the similar scenario, if you're a dude that is in a mystical world where there is no guns and you're shooting at people with the guns, now you're the boss because you have that crazy power, and then I'm coming after you. It's that difference, the adversity that I have to overcome, going against what is basically magic bullets coming at me from a weird chainsaw gun that I have no thing about, but I can still do it. It'll happen.
You killed your wife and kid and beat up an old guy.
Oh man, that last statement does not count. It was not on your time.
Still facts.
How are you feeling after that rebuttal?
Bro, I was feeling the Lancer, and then he flipped it on him.
It was masterful. Also, I just can't, in my mind, I can't get over the idea of Jared, doing the Gears of War crouch, fire over, and he just throws those Blades of Chaos straight
over the cover.
Yeah, just. There's some range on those Blades of Chaos. I feel like it gets rid of the bullet advantage.
Yeah, have you shot a Lancer in Gears of War 1? Mm-hmm. That spread is insane. It's like shooting a musket.
It is pretty wild. I mean, everyone knows the coolest part of the Lancer is the chainsaw. And in my mind, I cannot picture just a normal chainsaw, even made from
future metal,
beating the Blades of Chaos.
Versus God metal.
Yeah. I think the Blades of Chaos.
I think Blades of Chaos take it. I'm sorry, Jared.
Amazing rap.
It was good.
Congratulations.
I was weeping in my pants. Let's get hot here.
We found out that the Blades of Chaos and Samus's arm cannon are the most badass weapons, and two very different weapons. But Mateo, you had an idea.
I did. So we all know that the most badass battle you're gonna have is against the final boss. That is the climax of the game. But before you can get to that final boss, you have to face obstacles. You have to get to the final boss. So we have some obstacle challenges for y'all.
And we'll do them one round at a time. We got 4 rounds for the finals. Let's see how well you guys can traverse. All right. Let's go back to the numbers. You got a number in your head?
Yeah.
Dan. 1
Gonna go with 8.
7.
I blocked you off, dude. Was it 5? All right, Pucho, you've got 1 minute on the clock. What is he facing first?
The first challenge is just platforming. Platforming. How is your weapon going to help you?
3, 2, 1, debate.
So I haven't mentioned this capability yet, but this arm cannon is capable of launching a grappling hook. So I could grapple onto any ceiling, any wall, jump over any pit, as long as, the right blocks are in the right places, unfortunately.
We'll assume that the blocks are there for you to...
So platforming, not a problem. I'm not even gonna take the capabilities of Samus, but she's platforming all throughout the game. The arm cannon doesn't hinder, it only helps.
It is her bread and butter.
I rest my case.
All right, leaving 30 seconds on the table. I think we'll bump these rounds to just 30 seconds because
They should be pretty quick.
they'll be very quick. Dan, you got 30 seconds on the clock for platforming. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Seen the little grapple action with the blades that chain us. You swing it, you Indiana Jones it across pits, walls. He climbs up things, climbs up monsters. He can get literally anywhere. He climbs out of hell with those things, man.
Okay.
He can traverse pretty much anything too.
Okay. Keeping 10 seconds on the table. I think they both move on to the next
I
round.
believe so, yes.
What is the next round?
Next up, we have barriers. We're talking walls, force fields, anything impeding you from getting down that next hallway that you need to get down.
Pucho, you got 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
Another thing I didn't mention, this gun opens all barriers. Is there a blue barrier? Boom, the little pea shooter. If it's purple or red, you shoot some missiles at this thing. Later, I think it just destroys an entire wall when it gets supercharged.
15 seconds.
We're not getting blocked by anything with this arm cannon.
All right. Very nice, leaving 5 on the table. Dan, barriers. 3, 2, 1, debate.
What's the biggest barrier than a god? He rips flesh open, breaks down walls. It can explode walls. It can rip flesh apart, metal apart, drives it in things and pries things apart. Breaks down wood like it's nothing. I feel like there's very little that he can't get through.
All right, leaving 10 seconds on the table. What's our next round?
Our next round is a spike pit, and we're assuming no ceiling to grapple onto. I want some creativity in traversing this spike pit on this round.
All right, Pucho, you got 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
I will destroy the spike pit. I got all the beams, and if there's enemies nearby, I'll freeze them and walk on the backs of their corpses, okay?
Oh!
I'm getting out of here. I'm surviving the spike trap, and that's it. That's what I got.
All right, leaving 10 seconds on the table. I was not ready for the freezing the enemies. That was clever. I like that. I like that a lot. Dan, you got 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, debate.
If I were to just fall into a spike pit, I'm grappling to the wall and, stopping myself with that momentum by going down to the wall. Maybe I'm throwing one down, creating a lava, melting all those spikes down. If they're flying enemies, I can grapple to them too and kind of ride them like something's carrying me. I feel like the spike pit is nothing.
Okay. Spike pit is nothing.
I like that. I like the using the enemies to
Yes.
traverse that both
Yes.
of them went with.
Yes. All right.
I would play a Kratos side scroller platform. God of War series, just
That would be
a D-make or something.
Kind of like
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I was about to say like Prince of Persia. That would be pretty rad.
Don't
All
they
right.
let you do something like that in Shovel Knight? Isn't there some Kratos game?
Oh, there is a Kratos
really?
thing in Shovel Knight. Yeah, there was a little crossover that they did.
That's pretty rad.
All right, what is the final one?
The final one, we're taking it old school, y'all. We're doing the River from Oregon Trail. How are you getting across the River from Oregon Trail? And we're assuming video game logic, y'all can't swim. Y'all touch that water, you're dead.
Pujo, you got 30 seconds on the clock. He's pondering.
There is a disadvantage to going first.
There is a disadvantage of going first. 3, 2, 1, debate.
It might not be the most badass way, but I think I could freeze the river, okay? I could walk on the ice and just walk across safely. Samus does sink in water. There's no swimming, but still. I think freezing the water and walking across is the way I do it. And that's it. That's all I got. I never played Oregon Trail, so I don't know.
It's the hardest enemy. the game. It's the river.
I thought a dysentery was the hardest enemy.
Ooh, that is.
I mean, comes with the territory. All right, Dan. You got 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, debate.
If I can create lava, then I can just kind of shovel some hot molten rock into the water, kind of create a dam situation, and then build a bridge and get over it.
Damn.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
All right.
It's a goddamn too.
Oh.
Goes on the arm.
That's it.
I like how we came up with this joke and it immediately took both these weapons out of being badass.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make lava and then shovel and construct a bridge. I'm gonna make a bridge out of water or out of ice.
Yeah, architecture is badass.
How are you feeling on this one? I'm thinking almost like I feel like the platforming round was a tie. I feel like the barrier round is a tie. I feel like the spike pit is also a tie with maybe a little bit leaning towards Pucho. Here is my concern. I think that Pucho's lack of experience with Oregon Trail is failing him in this last round though. Because as we all know, you do not ford the river, and making an ice cube out of the river sounds suspiciously like fording the river to me.
Yes. I think that when he shoots his ice beam at the river, it's just gonna break and go down.
That was my thought. That was my exact thought. I think we've got a surprise winner in this one.
I think we do.
It was a very well fought battle.
It was a very well
I think
fought
the
battle.
Blades of Chaos might take it. Here is my thing. I do not know many things, but I do know that ice floats and stone sinks, so he's gonna have an easier time making this molten lava rock bridge across the river.
Yeah. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you.
You represented the Blades of Chaos well.
It's been a great time.
Wow,
Appreciate the
both of y'all.
opportunity.
Great,
Yeah.
great.
If I gotta say one thing is, I feel like these are the same weapon. You know?
Oh
Yes.
There's no way. Like
the
it was a tie.
utility. It was a very close matchup, and when we looked at the bracket, I was like, oh damn, this round's gonna be fun.
Yes.
But only one of them were forged in the fires of Hades, okay?
It's true.
And if you sat them side by side, who would you want to be? Like, which weapon do you really want to use? I feel like the Blades of Chaos are a
Blades
little
are
cooler.
so
They're just
badass.
cool.
They
man.
are more badass, yes.
And they glow and shit.
All right, everyone, that's been our debate. The most badass weapon is the Blades of Chaos. Congratulations, Dan. You are the winner of the debate today. And we'll move on to the pitch. We're back with the pitch, where each contestant gets 2 minutes to talk about the game that they've been playing. But we're at PAX, so we're gonna talk about some awesome games that we've been playing. And you know what, Tommy? I think I'm gonna have you step up to the pitcher's mound and give it to us first. Let me get some time on the timer because I'm not prepared. Tommy,
You got 1 hour. Oh no.
1 hour?
you got 1 hour
Right.
and 45 minutes. You got 2 minutes on the clock, Tommy.
All right.
3, 2, 1, pitch.
So it's not a secret, considering my first debate on this channel was the strategy game, Civ. Strategy is my favorite, my bread and butter there. I really love that. Great new strategy game in development right now.
Okay.
If you like city builders, resource management, and like starting from the ground up, literally new game, brand new developer. This is their first title. It is post-apocalyptic city builder, where you start out with the survivors after I think it was a solar flare of some sort that like fried all the electronics on the earth, made it uninhabitable along the equator. So everyone's migrating north to the north hemisphere, and you have to build a city from the ground up. You have your starting little homestead, and then You build resource gathering, build technology. So you're looking at people who have the knowledge and the sort of leftover components from our modern society, trying to rebuild society.
Yeah.
And you've got to fight seasons. You've got to manage people will come in and immigrate to your city, so you have to manage headcount, food, resources, and they provide you with all the tools if you're really into like analytics and spreadsheets and everything. You can go through and precisely like monitor all these resources, or if you just like to play, you can build a pretty cool city and just build it all out.
That's awesome. All right, 30 seconds on the table.
Yep, we're good.
30 seconds on the table. I love it. Dan, how are you feeling about this game?
I'd probably get it.
Yeah?
I like strategy, I like post-apocalyptic stuff, you know, I like survival. It's got all the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
All right.
Put
And
money down.
I am a sucker for post-apocalyptic. Like any post-apocalyptic setting, I'm probably like 99% in, just by default.
yeah, I would say I'm in the same boat, but he said spreadsheets and numbers, and I felt my brain start to leak out of my ear. Like it was just getting more smooth, almost to goo, and it dripped out. I'm gonna be a little hesitant on this one, just because strategy isn't my forte. But the game does sound awesome, and I do love some post-apocalypse.
So you might be a wish list, but maybe not fully sold on the purchase.
Yes,
so far?
definitely a wish list for sure.
Sure.
Tommy, what is this game?
This game is called New Cycle. It's being developed by their developers Core Engage, their new Turkish studio. This is literally their first game that they're making. And it's being published by Daedalic Entertainment. They have a big booth there at PAX. So I went around and tried a couple of their games, talked to the reps there from Daedalic. Unfortunately, the developer couldn't make it to PAX, but they had a lot of information and everything. They were just a general computer company before, like these guys. I think it's two brothers that are doing it.
Oh, wow.
And they are big in the computer. That's why they're leaning heavy into like the numbers and the like analytical part of it.
Okay.
But what like strategy drew me towards it, and like I was talking with the guy, there's another post-apocalyptic similar game to this. That was done by Paradox.
Frostpunk, right?
He did mention Frostpunk, but that's actually a different one. I'm
Okay.
thinking of. This one just dropped not too long ago. I think it was last year. I can't even remember. That's how good it was. But it looks a lot more Age of Empires-ish. That sort of drew me in. That's
Okay.
what I like. And I think it's definitely something I'm going to be investing in just for my own strategy in entertainment. But like I said, if you're not into the numbers and stuff, it looks like they're adding a lot of other fun stuff too, so that way you don't have to like really need that as much.
All right, sounds good.
That sounds rad. That sounds very rad.
All right.
Let's just look up some things about it real quick.
Okay. Mateo, you got a game that you?
I do have a game.
Okay, we'll have Mateo pitch next. You've got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, pitch.
In the spirit of our badass debate here, what is more badass than defeating your enemies and then absorbing their power into yourself?
That's pretty sick.
You mix in some pretty solid platforming, some light puzzle challenges, just this very Metroidvania game. The graphics are gorgeous. They have these animated sequences, these animated cutscenes. Phenomenal, especially, they're not like a huge studio. They're an 11-person studio. Thoroughly enjoyed it. They had a lot of games there. This was the one that I really, really got into. Plus, it was a beefy demo. I want to say it was like there was no time on it. You just got to play through the entire first section of the game up to the boss.
Okay.
As you collect powers, you're able to traverse further in, very Metroidvania style.
Yeah.
I was all in. The animation style and it's very cool. The enemy design is rad. They look kind of gross and deformed and monstrous. They're playing as like these mutants basically that are trying to escape from subjugation.
Okay.
Which is also pretty badass in and of itself.
All right.
And we can leave it there.
All right. Leaving 55 seconds on the table. I love it. Dan, how you feeling about this?
I know what game this is. I'm for it. I'm in.
Hell yes.
All right. Tommy, how you feeling about this?
That sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, I want to know what game this is. I didn't see this one.
I have a couple questions. What's the art style like?
It is, that's hard to kind of nail down. It's not quite anime, but it leans kind of towards that. Think of like maybe early 2000s Nickelodeon cartoons.
Super in. All right, yeah. What game is this?
The game is called Biomorph. It's by Lucid Dream Studios. They are lovely. They're an 11-person studio.
Oh, this was the game that looked a lot like Hollow Knight, right?
For sure.
Okay.
Yes. Very friendly. They have a very active Discord. They're taking feedback from people as they're playing through the demos. It is playable on the Steam Deck currently, and they're hoping to get verified status soon.
Oh, awesome.
And I believe they said it's releasing early 2024. I would need to double check on that, but
Okay.
it's coming pretty soon, and it looks amazing. It looks so fun.
Awesome. All right, Dan. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, you got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, pitch.
So this is a 2D side-scrolling game. It's got tons of traversal. It's got some pretty interesting physics in certain parts of it, especially in like the cloth and flames and stuff like that. And it's got similar Metroidvania, side-scrolling, solving puzzles, killing enemies. You're moving around, zipping on zip lines, jumping up walls, dashing, using some updrafts and stuff. You're talking to people and solving quests. You got like your quest log, you got an inventory and all this. So it's a pretty fun game. The art style is really nice. It's not like super cheap pixel art, but the characters are really cute. The monsters are pretty cool looking. There's a lot of blood, surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I know
It's
this
got
one.
guns.
And it is
It's
gory.
controversial. It's unexpectedly gory. But I had a lot of fun playing it, and I think everyone who likes 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania, platformers, shooters, it's got all that in there. I think that's all I have to say about it.
All right, leaving 45 seconds on the table. I will say this game does come out in like 2 weeks, so we will be playing
10
this. 10 days.
10 days.
So we will be playing this game soon, which I think I am in to buy. How are you feeling?
Yeah, the movement in this game was so good.
Yes.
It felt so
Yeah.
surprisingly good.
Really good animations.
Yeah, I'm all in. That it looks rad. Plus,
Yeah.
it's from a developer that just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Nice. I think you guys combined have sold me on it. Normally, not a huge fan of the 2D platformer, just not sort of my jam. But hearing things like movement, which is usually my biggest complaint, and the animation and everything, and how the art looks, I'd be down to give that a try. I think I'm in.
Awesome.
So,
Name that game.
yeah, what is
Game
that?
is Gunbrella.
Which,
Ooh.
a little disappointed that the Gunbrella didn't get brought up as one of the most badass weapons.
It's pretty badass.
It is pretty badass. It's like
it can block, it can deflect, it can float.
It's Mary Poppins, but with a shotgun built in.
It's how Yondu pictured Mary Poppins.
I think that sold me on the game there.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept with cool shotgun,
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, I think I'll go for this one.
Go.
I'll go. I got 2 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, pitch. All right. I'll change things around. Imagine a art style similar to Borderlands, but without as much of the chaos. We've got a very cool European Eastern setting, post-apocalypse, with mindless enemies that will come charge you. Not super hard to take out, but once they get close and there's a pack of them, then you're sweating. You got to manage your food, your water, your energy levels. Make sure you're keeping up on ammo. The game's slowed down. It's a lot more tactical. The shooting feels incredible. It is a first-person shooter, and the devs were awesome. They sat there. They talked to us. They told us that the game is really close to being done, but they haven't given us a release date yet, just because they want to focus on making sure the game can be as great as it can be. I believe it's 7 devs.
I believe that's what they said.
It's their first time at PAX. I wanted to give this game a shout out just because it probably is my game of the show. Yeah, and that's my time, and I'll leave 30 seconds on the table.
I'm all in.
You're
Again,
all in.
post-apocalyptic, strategy, survival, all the same things
Yeah.
except for the first game. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in. First person shooter, survival.
Yeah.
I'm down for another one of those.
Oh, I forgot.
Uh-oh.
I forgot.
Too late.
4-player co-op.
Oh.
4-player co-op.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
4-player co-op.
Take my money.
Yeah, I'll probably buy
You,
4
you know
copies.
me.
Yeah.
If it's a
Do they have
co-op
it in a
game,
4-pack? That'd be great.
if it's a co-op game I can
Yeah.
play with my buddies and
Oh, yeah.
fire guns, I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't speak the language, but it's the name of the game is the city that the dev team is from. I believe it's Skopje.
I believe that's how they pronounce it.
I think that's how they pronounced it. It's in Skopje. It's this really cool upcoming first-person shooter, survival tactical survival game. Kind of in the vein of something like DayZ, a little bit more tight than DayZ. It's an open world, super fun.
A Macedonian game. They're from Macedonia.
Oh.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Small country.
I love seeing all these
Big
new
games.
developers
Yeah.
coming out of the smaller
Yeah.
countries like Turkey and Estonia. That's
Yeah.
great.
Absolutely.
I think the only issue that I ran into while playing that game was, I mean, other than key bindings, which that's every game.
Yeah,
you gotta
you're
adjust
gonna-
your
you're gonna
key
tweak
bindings. But like, there were just like frame rate issues. Yet again, they don't have a release date yet, so they're gonna work on it.
They're working on that
They're-
polish.
yeah.
They're getting that final polish in there.
They told me they're like, yeah, we got like over 25 weapons that you can choose from. You've got augments that you can put on them and stuff, and so it's gonna create this nice variety and stuff. It's like,
It's got that traversal dash too.
oh yeah, it's like what we wanted from Redfall. And I think that's it. So we'll just go around the horn, name off these games one more time.
New Cycle.
New Cycle,
Biomorph.
Skopje,
Gumbrella.
The Umbrella. All right, check
Check
out
them
those
out.
games. Yeah, check out those games, guys. And that's been the show. Thank you. We are all recording to you guys live from PAX, and this is the first time that I've gotten to meet a lot of people. Half the people that have been sitting in these chairs I've known, but like a lot of people we got to meet for the first time. So
Been a blast. We still have 2 more days.
yeah, we still got 2 more days. But yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you to all of our supporters at the $5 debater shoutout tier. Wes Bates, Pucho, Dan Gieslin, aka Aviator Gamer. Thank you, and shout out.
As always, a big thank you to our friend Misdriven for the music in our podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to check out more of what they have, you can pay them a visit on Twitter at MIST_RIVEN 719 or on Bandcamp at Misdriven. Thanks again for tuning in. Till next time.